Mr. President, the candidates are assembled.
Today we're gathered in formal convocation to celebrate the 246th commencement exercises of Purdue University. Please rise and join in singing our national anthem, then remain standing for the invocation offered today by Rabbi Avraham Glick, representing the Chabad at Purdue.
Let us pray for our university, for its students, teachers, administration, and all staff. Wisdom and education, goodness and kindness. Today, you have acquired enough of both to graduate and go out into the world and make a difference. We pray that our scholarly knowledge be tempered and guided by our faith in something greater than ourselves. For knowledge without faith is as a tree without roots. May we be granted by you, Creator of all, the ability to utilize our newfound wisdom and to express this wisdom in deeds of goodness and kindness. For wisdom without acts of loving kindness and charity is as a tree that bears no fruit. Today we are standing here to celebrate your graduation. It is a momentous occasion for you, for your families, and for the future of our society. Throughout life, we are constantly struggling to understand who we are and what we are doing here. Today you stand here with the knowledge of who you are. You have been able to study and get an insider's look at what makes us be who we are and how we understand and interact with others and with the world. Use this learning and inspiration to better the world around you and to better yourself. After all, this may be the reason why you are here. May we soon enter an era of peace and harmony for all mankind, and may we merit the time when all humanity will be involved in the ultimate pursuit of truth and knowledge, together with goodness and kindness for all. And let us say together, Amen.
This is the moment, this is the day, this is the moment when I know I'm on my way. Every endeavor I have made ever is coming into play, is here and now today.
This is the moment. This is the time when the momentum and the moment are in rhyme. Give me the this momentous moment. I'll gather up my past and make some sense at last. This is the moment, my final test. Destiny beckons, I never reckon second best. This is the day, just see it shine, when all I've lived for becomes mine. This is the moment, damn all the odds. This day or never, I sit forever with the gods. When I look back, I will recall, moment for moment, this was the moment, the greatest moment of them all. The greatest moment, moment of them all.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my very great privilege to extend a cordial welcome to all who have joined us for the 246th commencement ceremony at Purdue University. Before introducing the members of the platform party, I'd like to ask you to recognize the representatives of our distinguished faculty who are with us today. Will our faculty members please stand? Representing the Board of Trustees of Purdue University, we have with us Gary Lehman, our Vice Chairman from Lafayette, Joanne Briette from Lafayette, and Michael Klipsch of Carmel, Indiana. Please join me in welcoming our trustees. And representing Purdue University administration, the following individuals: Jay Ackridge, Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs and Diversity; John Gates, Vice Provost for Diversity and Inclusion; Ian Hyatt, our Chief Information Officer and Vice President for Information Technology; Beth McCuskey, Vice Provost for Student Life; Margot Monteith, Associate Dean for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, College of Health and Human Sciences; Susan Swithers, Associate Dean for Faculty Affairs, College of Health and Human Sciences; Natasha Duncan, Associate Dean of the Honors College; Catherine Summersheim, Associate Vice President, Dean of Students; Stephen Bowden, Chair of the University Senate and our Grand Marshal this morning; Keith Garaz, Assistant Vice Provost and University Registrar; and Kimberly Illingworth, Teaching Academy member. Please join me in welcoming these individuals. We're pleased to have with us on the platform other vitally important members of the Purdue University family: Michael Rakowski and Lindsay Peralt, our public orators; Tracy Stack and Myron Yoder, our sign language interpreters. Please join me in thanking them for their hard work today. Greetings, friends, and welcome. I should say, welcome back. We are back in Elliott Hall, where Purdue spring commencements belong for the first time in 3 years. As I'll tell you in a few minutes, to me that matters beyond just the pleasure of returning to this beautiful traditional venue. Starting with my first delivery of these remarks a decade ago, I have ended them with the same sign-off: Hail Purdue and each of you. It was just meant to be a little signature, a rhetorical device, chosen as much for its cadence as for any deep meaning. But reflecting on this year's ceremony got me thinking that maybe there's more to it than what I've intended all these years. Many talks on these occasions address themselves to all you graduates or the class of 20X. And I guess I've approached it that way some years. Today, I'm thinking more like those movie tough guys who ask, "You talking to me? You talking to me?" Today, I'll be talking to you, each of you, individually, or at least I'll be trying to. A friend told me of a commencement he attended where the speaker, to inject a little levity, advised the graduates, "In life, it's not who you know that counts, it's whom." See, we have at least some English minors in the room. It's a funny line, but it's bad advice. It is who that counts, not who you know, but who you are. The further I go, the less I'm sure how to answer the question, who are you? Where to start? I'm a Purdue employee, a happy husband, a father of 4 daughters, a businessman, a former elected official, a Presbyterian elder, a history buff, and a mediocre golfer. Ancestry.com informs me that genetically, I'm more Syrian and Lebanese than anything else, but I've got high percentages of Scotch, Welsh, and a dash of Italian mixed in. And I'm a dog lover. I grew up in a family of them. We got all ours from the Humane Society, every one some sort of mixture. And everyone was great, loyal, loving, a full member of the family. During those years, I adopted my mother's opinion that mutts are the best. We'd all better hope that Mom was right, because we're all mutts here today. Hybrids, amalgams, crossbreeds, mongrels, mutts. If you doubt that, go check with Ancestry.com. There are no one-dimensional yous. Every one of you, when you pause to think about it, can already name a list of qualities that make up you. That list will keep growing as you leave here and launch into the fascinating and varied lives you are destined to lead. You'll keep learning and growing and adding new elements to your individuality. The more facets a diamond has, I'm told, the more brilliant it is. The same will be true for an ever more interesting and differentiated you. The one certainty is there will be no exact copies, no one just like you, and therefore no one box anyone can stick you in. But there will be people who want to take away your you. There always have been. The pharaohs, monarchs, and warlords of old to whom other people were mere tools to be used and discarded. In recent times, the proponents of all the isms that viewed people as helpless ciphers in some predetermined historical trend or valueless instruments of an all-powerful state. In the worst cases, some people were grouped together and treated as subhuman, not deserving to exist at all. These days, your individuality is challenged by some who seek to slap a label on you, to lump you into one category or another, and to assert that whatever you are, your choices have little to do with it. What matters is not what you think or do, they claim, but what group they've assigned you to. You're a prisoner of your genes or of circumstance or of some societal forces against which you are defenseless. Such views may be cloaked in caring, sympathetic terms, but they are deeply disrespectful of those they affect to be supporting. They're a denial of your personal dignity and ability and willpower. Someone attempting to herd you into a group is someone with an agenda, and your personal well-being is not its main purpose. Your experience and success at this institution should convince you not to listen to such disrespect. In a few moments, when you walk up here, It will be your individual achievement we are honoring, and only you know how much individual effort it took to get here. He eventually gave Colts fans like me 1,000 great memories, but never one I admired more than Peyton Manning's first action as a professional athlete. At the news conference announcing his multi-million-dollar contract, the 22-year-old Manning was asked, "What are you going to do with all that money?" He answered, "Earn it." The degree you're about to receive is not being conferred on a group. We aren't awarding it to any club, team, or fraternity you happen to belong to. It's not because of your hairstyle, eye color, or because your parents went to Purdue. Nothing entitled you to it. It's yours, and yours alone, because the work that justifies it was yours. You earned it. You. The years ahead will bring new, even more difficult threats to your you-ness. The onrushing technologies of artificial intelligence will, some believe, supersede and devalue human intelligence and judgment. When the machines we've made, which can already beat any human in chess, or at reading x-rays, or at discovering new drugs, race vastly past our ability to reason or to perceive reality, where will that leave us? Actuarially, I probably mean leave you. As an individual. In an emergency, will tomorrow's pilots take the controls or defer to the computer? Will the surgeon trust her eyes and judgment or allow the robot to make the incision the algorithm has chosen? Will the president yield to the sensors that tell him to launch the missiles right now before it's too late? As one recent book posed the alternatives, will AI be a tool, a partner, or a rival? In everyday life, when you have all around you gizmos that make Alexa look like a kindergartner, will you still be using the intelligence and reasoning skills that got you here today? Or will you turn over your you to a dazzling device that experts predict will know you and your preferences before you do and better than you do? In other words, as the machines become more and more autonomous, will you still be? One of today's eminent philosophers thinks not. He writes that when 21st century technology, quote, knows me far better than I know myself, individualism will collapse and authority will shift from individual humans to networked algorithms. Call me old-fashioned, but I don't like the sound of that. Many of you are already contributing to the advance of these technological miracles and thus to the problems they will bring with them. Heaven knows where your future innovations will take us. All of you will be involved in the answers because these changes and their challenges will be part of literally everyone's life. The answers start with you. Somewhere I came across another commencement speech given at another university by Purdue's own Neil Armstrong, less than a year after he walked on the moon. He quoted Aldous Huxley, "There's only one corner of the universe you can be sure of improving, and that's yourself." That chore will only get tougher in a world where the machines are smarter than their owners, where it becomes easy to let the machines make the decisions. Quoting the same book I just mentioned, reason alone may come to seem archaic. Some people may let their capacities for independent reason and judgment atrophy. Due to other technological miracles, your life expectancy will be decades greater than ours from earlier generations. But that's not the life expectancy that I think about at these commencements. Purdue expects more of you than a long lifespan. Purdue expects that you will take the best of what you absorbed here into a world that becomes better for your being in it. That you will prove that you are in charge of our technologies and not the other way around. That you will, with Commander Armstrong, constantly improve that little corner of the world that is you. That you will politely but resolutely decline to be labeled, stereotyped, or reduced to any one-dimensional version of the true you. At the outset, I said there was a larger reason I was so happy to be back in Elliott Hall, and that's because in here, over 6 separate ceremonies, Purdue still honors every graduate one by one. Most schools our size long ago went to batch processing, where degrees are conferred on groups, sometimes the entire class at once. Here, we take a different view. No matter how big Purdue gets, we value each Boilermaker as an individual. That diploma we're about to hand you is yours and yours alone. Sure, you had help and support, and I hope some valuable mentoring. But fundamentally, you will be crossing this stage because of what you have accomplished. You. So walk proudly. You are about to add another facet to the diamond that is you, graduate of Purdue University. It will be far from your last distinction, but I hope it will always be one that you value as highly as your university values you today. Hail Purdue and each of you. The audience is invited to sing the Purdue hymn. The words are located inside the front cover of the program and will be projected. Will you please stand?
Close by the
be seated.
Mr. President, the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Audiology will be presented by Susan E. Swithers, Associate Dean of the College of Health and Human Sciences.
Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Audiology please rise? Mr. President, these students have successfully fulfilled the requirements of the professional curriculum of the College of Health and Human Sciences. With the approval of the faculty, they are now presented to you to receive the degree of Doctor of Audiology.
Thank you, Dean Swithers. Exercising the authority of the trustees of Purdue University, legally vested by the people of the state of Indiana, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I now confer upon you who have fulfilled the requirements the degree of Doctor of Audiology with all the rights, privileges, duties, and responsibilities of that degree. As evidence of this great achievement, you'll now be vested with the hood of the Doctor of Audiology and receive an appropriately inscribed diploma.
Doctors of Audiology, please come forward to receive your diplomas.
In order to respect everyone's opportunity to hear their name called, please refrain from applauding and cheering for your candidate until all the names have been called. Emily Casson. Avia Lowe. Claire Mayasaka. Catherine Marie Nash. Brianna Nicole Oakes. Amy Elaine Prasad Epen. Lauren Monteith Porter. Allison Wrights. Kristen Wade.
Mr. President, the candidates for the degree of Doctor, Nursing Practice will be presented by Susan E. Swithers, Associate Dean of the College of Health and Human Sciences.
Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Nursing Practice please rise? Mr. President, these students have successfully fulfilled the professional curriculum of the College of Health and Human Sciences. With the approval of the faculty, they are now presented to you to receive the degree Doctor of Nursing Practice.
Exercising the authority of the trustees of Purdue University, legally vested by the people of the state of Indiana, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I now confer upon you who have fulfilled the requirements the degree of Doctor of Nursing Practice with all the rights, privileges, duties, and responsibilities of that degree. As evidence of this achievement, you will now be vested with the hood of the Doctor of Nursing Practice and receive an appropriately inscribed diploma.
Doctors of Nursing Practice, please come forward to receive your diploma.
Ann McAllister Mills.
At this time, we give special recognition to those graduates who have demonstrated outstanding scholastic achievement, leadership, and service to the university community. In the program, you will find the criteria for special student awards that honor these achievements. And also in the program, you'll find the explanation of the criteria for awarding degrees with distinction and highest distinction, along with the names of graduates who have earned an honors designated degree by completing the requirements of the Purdue Honors College. Will the recipient of the Flora Roberts Award please stand and remain standing? Will those graduates who are candidates from the Honors College please stand? Next, will those graduates who are candidates for the honor of highest distinction please stand and remain standing? And now will those graduates who are candidates for the honor of distinction please stand? We'd also like to recognize those graduates who accomplished the monumental task of balancing their equally demanding academic and athletic commitments. You'll find our student athletes listed in the program. Will those graduates who have earned the Student Athlete Medallion please stand? On behalf of the trustees and the faculty, congratulations on these accomplishments. We're counting on you to continue making exceptional contributions in all your future endeavors.
Mr. President, the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees from the College of Health and Human Sciences will be presented by the Associate Dean of the College, Susan E. Swithers.
Candidates for bachelor's degree, please stand and remain standing. Mr. President, these students have successfully fulfilled the requirements of the undergraduate curricula in the College of Health and Human Sciences. With the approval of the faculty, they are now presented to you to receive the appropriate baccalaureate degree.
Exercising the authority of the trustees of Purdue University, legally vested by the people of the state of Indiana, and upon the recommendation of the Purdue faculty, I now confer upon each of you who have fulfilled the stated requirements the appropriate baccalaureate degree with all the rights, privileges, duties, and responsibilities of that degree. As evidence of your achievement, you will now receive an appropriately inscribed diploma. Please be seated. I now invite the marshals to escort all students who are earning a baccalaureate degree to the platform.
In order to respect everyone's opportunity to hear their name called, please refrain from applauding or cheering for your candidate until all the names have been called. Thank you. College of Health and Human Sciences. Lam Fan,
Tatiana Ma,
Nicola Achen,
Annalise Marr,
Devyani Agarwal,
Abigail McCumber,
William Aguirre,
Kelsey Madden,
Kuncha Ahmed,
Mia Magnetti,
Elizabeth Akins,
Hayden Malka,
Lauren Akers,
Alexandra Majewski,
Majd,
Marin Majeski,
Brooke Alexander,
Sydney Manhattan,
Jenna Algazini,
Daria Mansari,
Abby Allen,
Anna Mariaker,
Garrett Allen,
Jeff Marks,
Grace Almester,
Caitlin Martins,
Lily Alt,
Ann Martin,
Joel Alvarez,
Dakota Martin,
Fatima Ali,
Kylie Martin,
Amy Anderson,
Nico Martin,
Joseph Anderson,
Danielle Masaile,
Peyton Anderson,
Juliana Massa,
Anna Andress,
Kelly Mathis,
Claire Angel,
Juan Matos,
Theodore Aninos,
Anna Mattingly,
Grace Apgar,
Jordan Mattingly,
Lauren Arado,
Seth Max,
David Arcos,
Molly McCabe,
Lydia Aremu,
Noah McClurkin,
Bethany Ashby,
Lori McCormick,
Aubrey Atkins,
Emma McCulligan,
Matthew Ozer,
Abigail McDonald,
London Oster,
Caitlin McHale,
Molly Barr,
Michael McKeever,
Grace Bauer,
Morgan McMahon,
Melissa Bailey,
Lauren McCauley,
Anna Baker,
Luke McNally,
Braden Baker,
Morgan Meyer,
Jack Baker,
Sierra Mendenhall,
Julia Baker,
Anya Mendoza,
Peter Baker,
Maggie Merriman,
Cameron Ball,
Brecken Metheny,
Taylor Ballard,
Elizabeth Michael,
Benjamin Barilla,
Madeline Michael,
Bridget Barnaby,
Audrey Miller,
Laura Barnes,
Gianna Mikatinik,
Nathan Barnes,
Sydney Milburn,
Rachel Barnes,
Brianna Mildor,
Madeline Barnett,
Alexandria Miller,
Matthew Barriga,
Catherine Miller,
Olivia Barta,
Lindsay Miller,
Samantha Barter,
Maximus Miller,
Madeline Barton,
Megan Miller,
Caroline Bates,
Tori Miller,
Caitlin Bauer,
Lauren Milligan,
Grace Bauermeister,
Stephen Mingus,
Catherine Bauman,
Natalie Minks,
Kelly Beach,
Ava Minoli,
Caitlin Beasley,
Emily Miramontes,
Molly Beatty,
Hannah Meisner,
Braxton Beatty,
Madison Mitchell,
Mason Beck,
Brianna Moman,
Nicole Bednar,
Kyle Monda,
Benjamin Bednarsik,
Julia Montalbano,
Olivia Bednarowski,
Samuel Moody,
Megan Beer,
Sydney Moon,
Jack Bear,
Brady Moore,
Jade Beleagle,
Brooke Moore,
David Bell,
Christina Moorhead,
Cameron Belts,
Kennedy Maury,
Jaden Benge,
Anna Morozov,
Catherine Benner,
Alexandra Morris,
Kylie Bennett,
Lydia Morris,
Jamie Berman,
Delaney Mortimer,
Tatiana Bermudez,
Lindsay Morton,
Karas Bertels Boner,
Hannah Mosbaugh,
Mallory Bestard,
Madeline Mosier,
Renee Bickle,
Grace Most,
Abigail Beal,
Megan Rosinski,
Maya Birhure,
Joey Mullins,
Haley Blanchett,
Savannah Mundy,
Sydney Blandford,
Lauren Murray,
Isabel Bluen,
Sunjana Morthy,
Peyton Blount,
Hope Musick,
Nicole Bodo,
Allison Musselum,
Lindsay Benning,
Nathan Mutzel,
Elise Bossler,
Emily Myers,
Charlotte Bolethal,
Melissa Myers,
Danielle Boncheski,
Sarah Myers,
Caroline Bonchek,
Selah Napier,
Lauren Bossert,
Kara Natzel,
Haley Bott,
Mary Neal,
Hannah Bowron,
Lindley Nebus,
Christopher Boyd,
Mackenzie Neer,
Natalie Boyer,
Josiah Nelson,
Rebecca Brainerd,
Lauren Nevers,
Callista Bransfield,
Hannah Newcomb,
Cameron Bridges,
Emily Newton,
Lena Brockman,
Olivia Nicholson,
Hannah Braum,
Kirsten Nichter,
Aaron Brooks,
Uchechukwu Inate,
Emily Brose,
Jordan Knopfzinger,
Caitlin Brown,
Alexis Norrit,
Julia Brown,
Madison Nondorf,
Tara Lynn Brown,
Elizabeth Nunez,
Torian Bryant,
Lauren Nunez,
Grace Buckout,
Katie Nasir,
Alyssa Buckingham,
Grace O'Brien,
Catherine Buckland,
Allison O'Daniel,
Amelia Buckmaster,
Chelsea O'Donnell,
Grace Beekle,
Alyssa O'Neill,
Anna Bullard,
Morgan O'Sullivan,
Taylor Burhans,
Colette O'Boy,
Tanner Burkhart,
Coy Ogden,
Kara Berkeley,
Emma Ogle,
Corey Burrows,
Kennedy Oliver,
Emerson Burrows,
Elizabeth Olson,
Sydney Burtz,
Elizabeth Olson,
Rosemary Butler,
Omo Wanuala Onuwinde,
William Cagnasola,
Elise Okendo,
Caroline Caldwell,
Margaret Orban,
Grace Collin,
Alexis Ortiz Milland,
Lucy Calvert,
Hannah Ortman,
Jennifer Carlson,
Janae Oswald,
Zachary Carlson,
Mackenzie Ostrom,
Libby Carlton,
Bethany Otto,
Emily Carnes,
Chris Pace,
Kelsey Carnes,
Sierra Paget,
Audrey Carr,
Kara Poliakis,
Danielle Carrillo,
Megan Palick,
Sierra Carroll,
Hannah Paliobase,
Tatum Carter,
Emily Palmisano,
Benjamin Cartwright,
Supna Patel,
Madison Caruso,
Skylar Patrick,
Caitlin Carruthers,
Jessica Patterson,
Kylie Casbin,
Parikshit Pawar,
Lauren Casbin,
Paige Pena,
Caitlin Castro,
Brooke Pennington,
Carter Cates,
Emma Pennington,
Carrie Kavanaugh,
Elizabeth Pinola,
Sandra Chaya,
Emma Penrose,
Emily Chambers,
Amber Pereira,
Evan Chambers,
Alejandra Perez,
Hyunjun Chang,
Jamie Perez,
Thomas Chang,
Lucia Perez,
Kendall Chase,
Brooklyn Perry,
Aislinn Chavali,
Sydney Peterson,
Brady Cheeseman,
Emily Pfeiffer,
Devin Chelich,
Corey Plew,
Amity Chen,
Lancey Phillips,
Caroline Chen,
Brianna Piper,
Jenny Chen,
Riley Platusik,
Kathleen Chun,
Tanya Pliego Torres,
Abigail Chu,
Carissa Plumer,
Anna Cliston,
Riley Plummer,
Janice Che,
Ryan Plummer,
Carla Chaka,
Gabriella Polino,
Name Neve Christie,
Cecilia Potratz,
Liam Clark,
Kaylee Potts,
Michael Clark,
Madeline Powers,
Kyle Clausen,
Nimisha Prasad,
DeAndre Clemens,
Valerie Pryor,
Grace Cleveland,
McKinley Pryor,
Jordan Clymer,
Andrew Prisby,
Heather Cobley,
Aruna Priya,
Emily Cochran,
Arissa Prodophagus,
Nicole Cockrum,
Haley Premileski,
Macy Coffin,
Megan Pullins,
Kennedy Cole,
Mallory Pewterball,
Haley Coleman,
Abigail Putnam,
Hannah Collins,
Stephen Quillen,
Cynthia Combs,
Jenna Quinn,
Madeline Coglin,
Alexander Quivelli,
Trevor Conley,
Elise Radigan,
Lauren Cook,
Vanessa Radzawicki,
William Kuhn,
Rihanna Rajeb,
Austin Cooper,
Gaurav Rajagopal,
Gabrielle Coors,
Estevan Ramirez,
Elizabeth Cowden,
Megan Ramirez,
Caitlin Cox,
Kelsey Rashi,
Claire Cox,
Liberty Rasmussen,
Nicholas Cox,
Avantika Rostogi,
Amanda Coy,
Sarah Ratner,
Tyler Coy,
Anna Ray,
Edward Craig,
Jansen Rayburn,
Sydney Craig,
Hannah Reddy,
Caitlin Crane,
Andrew Redmond,
Lexus Crisp,
Vincent Rayfelt,
Kenna Crowell,
Caitlin Rendon,
Kiana Cruz,
Brianne Ressler,
Inshi Su,
Ethan Rewerts,
Ava Collins,
Abigail Rhodes,
Christina De Silva,
Lauren Rhodes,
Jacob Dagan,
Kelly Rickard,
Ellison Darnell,
Emma Rice,
Rena Das,
Janai Richards,
Ashley David,
Cameron Richards,
Rachel Davidson,
Jalen Richardson,
Sarah Davidson,
Madison Richardson,
Autumn Davis,
Aiden Richter,
Chloe Davis,
Peyton Riley,
Leah Davis,
Elise Rimkunas,
Victoria Dawson,
Ellie Robertshaw,
Daniel Desa-Wiggins,
Brady Robinson,
Nicholas DeCharo,
Gabriela Rodriguez,
Ashley Deal,
Molly Rader,
Rita Dietz,
Megan Ruffers,
McKenna Deschois,
Liz Rogers,
Elizabeth Del Rio,
Francesca Rogozinski,
Mia Del Vecchio,
Grace Rolfe,
Harley Delamotte,
Ava Roba,
Brendan
Joanna Romero Carvajal.
Sarah D'Annunzio,
Kate Roop.
Ria Dossi,
Emily Rose.
Hannah Devine,
Molly Rose.
Lucy Diaz Kostarakis,
Elizabeth Ross.
Grace Dimmitt,
Caroline Roth.
Kelly Den,
Madeline Rotondo.
Maya Ditchin,
Kylie Roaster.
Alexandra Dixon,
Grace Rowland.
Ryan Doan,
Navojit Roy.
Michaela Dodson,
Olivia Runner.
Tyler Dorr,
Alyssa Runyon.
Samuel Dolson,
Erica Rusko.
Juliana Donozo Abuad,
Kara Subachek.
Scott Doppelfeld,
Omar Sadek.
Leah Dorst,
Brooke Saar.
Olivia Douglas,
Brianna Salazar.
Alexandra Doyle,
Samantha Salvo.
Kayla Doyle,
Riley Samuelson.
Sydney Duarte,
Jada Sanders.
Nicole Dubish,
Amanda Santagello.
Haley Duchesne,
Elizabeth Seraphin.
Caitlin Dunbar,
Candace Sauer.
Austin Dunathan,
Olivia Sauter.
Jacob Dunn,
Sophia Shadowald.
Lillian Young,
Katie Shoshwary.
David Durham,
Andrew Shive.
Alexandra Dusky,
Broderick Ship.
Molly Zurishin,
Lauren Skiro.
Lily Ish,
Kayla Schluttenhofer.
John Easterday,
Andrew Schmidt.
Alexandra Enchizaretta,
Ava Schmidt.
Rachel Edelman,
Lauren Schmitz.
Rebecca Edlund,
Morgan Schutte.
Chandler Edwards,
Natalie Schulteis.
Emily Eglin,
Rayanne Schultes.
Gabrielle Ellie,
Morgan Schultz.
Gretchen Eifert,
Clara Scholes.
Lillian Eisenhower,
Mackenzie Schwartz.
May Eltuni,
Hannah Schweigert.
Chinonso Ameminem,
Aaron Schwind.
Claire Emerson,
Brittany Scott.
Sydney Emerson,
Stacia Scott.
Erica Enderly,
Mary Sears.
Madison Inez,
Angela Salvio.
Alyssa Escobar,
Christopher Semler.
Jillian Spazito,
Elizabeth Semler.
Emily Evans,
Nisha Sengupta.
Megan Evansack,
Amy Serrano.
Owen Eveler,
Caitlin Surway.
Elizabeth Eath,
Harini Shanmugasundaram.
Hannah Falsing,
Savannah Sharpless.
Juliet Fatunvi,
Kalena Scheidler.
Victoria Fott,
Sarah Simuzu.
Megan Fenn,
Alexis Shisby.
Madeline Felix,
Grant Shively.
Zachary Fenn,
Hiba Shukukani.
James Ferguson,
Harley Schoaf.
Olivia Ferguson,
Bailey Schultz.
Jaden Fithian,
Kevin Seibel.
Joyce Flaherty,
Courtney Sego.
Mae Fleischman,
Quentin Silverio.
David Flickner,
Riley Simmons.
Anna Flood,
Cody Simon.
Bailey Foltz,
Zachary Singer.
Abigail Fordeck,
Julia Skinner.
Brianna Foreman,
Kennedy Skipper.
Madeline Fortman,
Beatrice Smith.
Walter Foster,
Brenna Smith.
Nina Fowler,
Hadley Smith.
Jacqueline Frank,
Juliet Smith.
Grace Frauhager,
Kiera Smith.
Maria Fritz,
Luke Smith,
Riley Fry,
Michaela Smith,
Brian Fuller,
Mary Smith,
Hebe Faung,
Sydney Smith,
Summer Funkhauser,
Summer Smith,
Kali Furr,
Sarah Smoker,
Javier Gotti,
Rebecca Smolin,
Natalie Gadaes,
Megan Snell,
Kristen Gaffney,
Emma Snyder,
Adriana Rihanna,
Kendall Soares,
Fiona Gannon,
Karina So,
Dante Garcia,
Madeline Sonnenberg,
Abigail Gorelli,
Samantha Sonnenberg,
Anna Garrison,
Jutha Sood,
Emma Garzella,
Charles Sorensen,
Catherine Gauker,
Grace Sorrells,
Emma Gozman,
Allison Soline,
Salvador Guyton,
Haley Spaeth,
Aria Gabor,
Catherine Spanier,
Caitlin Gebhardt,
Emma Sprinkle,
Cole Geyser,
Shreya Sridhar,
Kelsey German,
Venya Srivastava,
Skylar Giacobetti,
Nicole Stelhowski,
Maggie Gilchrist,
Angela Stahlbaum,
Justin Gill,
John Stahlcup,
Rachel Gitter,
Chandler Stark,
Anna Godfrey,
Robert Stazuski,
Rachel Goldberg,
Emily Stife,
Emma Goldenstern,
Gina Stevenson,
George Goldfarb,
Peyton Stewart,
Mackenzie Goodman,
Lindsay Stokes,
Alyssa Gorzelnick,
Allie Stong,
Emily Graham,
Margaret Storty,
Nicole Graham,
Peyton Stowe,
Alyssa Granholm,
Muriel Strader,
Kristen Gray,
Drew Stratton,
Haley Grable,
Megan Sir,
Kendall Gregridge,
Brandon Sun,
Megan Griffin,
Jennifer Sun,
Ariel Grinzak,
Prunalee Suresh,
Madison Gritton,
Allison Sussman,
Sarah Groncheski,
Shannon Swalve,
Reagan Gross,
Emma Swansburg,
Caitlin Grubel,
Maggie Sweet,
Sawyer Grunkowski,
Abigail Schweitzer,
Rachel Grushka,
Jacqueline Talbot,
Kayla Guerrero,
Emma Taylor,
Divya Gunesakar,
Grace Taylor,
Peyton Gutline,
James Taylor,
Brianna Hawes,
Nigel Taylor,
Adeline Haggerty,
Grace Terrell,
Kelly Hagist,
Camille Tester,
Grace Ann Halicki,
Alyssa Tharp,
Abigail Hall,
August Tharp,
Julia Hall,
Mary Kate Thatcher,
Abigail Hamilton,
Hannah Thomas,
Gabrielle Hamilton,
Kyler Thomas,
Alyssa Hansen,
Ryan Thomas,
Emma Harbaugh,
Anusri Thompson,
Morgan Hardesty,
Jasmine Thompson,
Kurt Hardy,
Sage Thompson,
Emma Harmeyer,
Maria Thornton,
Elijah Harmon,
Chelsea Tillman,
Alexandra Harris,
Iris Tilton,
Jordan Harris,
Stephanie Tom,
Olivia Harris,
Sophia Tompa,
Sophia Harris,
Irina Tupechi,
Hannah Hart,
Gina Tordy,
Leah Hoswinkle,
Caroline Tornquist,
Alexandra Hoskamp,
Jasenia Torres,
Lila Hassan,
Elena Totten,
Jessica Hay,
Abby Townsend,
Victoria Hayden,
Raja Townsend,
Maya Hayes,
Madeline Trapp,
Jocelyn Haynes,
Kyle Trexler,
Peyton Head,
Caprice Trefero,
Olivia Heffley,
Mary Tritton,
Lisa Hyder,
Shaylin Trumbull,
Mary Helms,
Kayla Tryon,
Lauren Henneth,
Jacob Tucker,
Catherine Henry,
Kyle Tucker,
Ava Hensley,
Aristo Taralaki,
Amy Hepperlin,
Ashley Tarakis,
Michael Herrera,
Lillian Turner,
Maggie Hessler,
Chloe Tuttle,
Ethan Hess,
Nicole Uchman,
George Hetrick,
Aaron Ubilee,
Brenna Heverdes,
Sirigorn Vilarucha,
Avery Hicks,
Itza Valdez,
Grace Hawkema,
Sarah Van Buskirk,
Sydney Hodges,
Kylie Van Dockenberg,
Zachary Hodgen,
Courtney Van Warden,
Mallory Hogue,
Jonathan Van Zetta,
Charles C. Holden,
Mackenzie Van Yek,
Kennedy Holmes,
Taylor Vaughn,
Braylon Holt,
Tejashree Vempati,
Emma Holt,
Sujana Vemuro,
Abigail Hoover,
Brittany Vetter,
Samantha Horn,
Abigail Vetters,
Autumn Horner,
Gabriel Viduya,
Lily House,
Raul Vijafani,
Campbell Houston,
Haley Vincent,
Wyatt Howard,
Olivia Vossmeyer,
Madison Howerton,
Abigail Voss,
Kyle Huber,
Allison Wade,
Hunter Hubler,
Joshua Wade,
Josiah Hudson,
Hannah Walker,
Sarah Hudson,
Lauren Walker,
Kennedy Houston,
Sarah Walker,
Allie Hull,
Jessica Walling,
Madeline Hull,
Courtney Walter,
Ryan Hunt,
Paige Walter,
Mariah Hurley,
Dana Wayner,
Mary Eisnagel,
Ethan Wong,
Caleb Isom,
Japan Wong,
Vincent Yu,
Shuchi Wong,
Natalie Jablonski,
Hunter Warren,
Nash Jackson,
Sawyer Warren,
Sydney James,
Catherine Weiss,
Paul Jam,
Sadie Welch,
Zachary Jansen,
Jensen Winrick,
Elena Heron Araviago,
Destiny Westbrook,
Caitlin Jelensky,
Gabriella White,
Lila Jerger,
Hayden White,
Laura Jewell,
Ryan Waringa,
Rachel Gade,
Zachary Wilkinson,
J.L. Johnson,
Patrick Williams,
Riley Johnson,
Ty Williams,
Sarah Johnson,
Cole Willis,
Rebecca Jones,
Olivia Willman,
Madeline Justel,
Danielle Wilson,
McKenna Jewell,
Judith Wilson,
Landon Justice,
Kyra Wilson,
Anna Combs,
Tyler Wilson,
Aaron Comstra,
Natalia Gasparine,
Autumn Kant,
Blake Woolard,
Robert Kane,
Seth Workman,
Sarah Kane,
Ariana Wright,
Lauren Kaplan,
Carly Robleski,
Sarah Karaki,
Amber Wu,
Alexis Kasubowski,
Claire Wolvenweber,
Aknisha Kotayayan,
Jillian Yacole,
John Kay,
Wei-Shin Young,
Alexis Kelly,
Alyssa Yeoman,
Kayla Kemp,
David Yi,
Ryan Kerr,
Yinju Shin,
Dennis Karpiski,
Alexis Young,
Colin Keys,
Sydney Young,
Sarul Karay,
Layan Eunice,
Anastasia Kaken,
Sophia Zach,
Esther Kurgis,
Nicholas Zarudo,
Ava Kissel,
Alice Jong,
Colton Claus,
Sherry Jong,
Jordan Klebanow,
Yiyu Zhang,
Audrey Knapp,
Ushen Zhou,
Olivia Knight,
Yihao Zhu,
Allison Knox,
Sebastian Zilanka,
Frank Knox,
Sarah Silvetti,
Lindsay Kester,
Amy Zimfer,
Carly Cahoot,
Brandon Dagley,
Marilyn Colpine,
Elizabeth Warfel,
Anna Cumperda,
Ethel Bennett,
Anna Kuhn,
Kinabende Asen,
Catherine Kowalczyk,
Travion Williams,
Noah Crothwall,
Nicholas Dugarm,
Marie Kress,
Lauren Marsh,
Peyton Krona,
Aaron Lepper,
Lauren Cool,
Zachary Mello,
Aubrey Kuhn,
Marshawn Washington,
Sarah Kuiper,
Eric Singer,
Nora Kajawa, James Kulak, Ajith Kumar, Samantha Koonsman, Rachel Lan, Stephanie Lan, Grace Lannert, Anna Lance, Drake LePan, Samuel La Rosienta, Alyssa Laser, Apler Lorenz, Hattie Lawson, Holly Leahy, Sydney Lehman, Andrew Len, Shannon Lemke Butcher, Leah Lengel, Justice Leon, Hannah Levy, Dana Lewanowski, Carolyn Lewis, Callie Lewis, Catherine Ann Gyeongging Lee, Nathan Lee, Rebecca Lee, Lauren Liberto, Caitlin Limkako, Alexandra Lindsay, Tracy Linval, Jordan Lindsay, Sophia Liston, Rebecca Liu, Aaron Livesey, Allison Locke, Robert Laughlin, Mackenzie Long, Rachel Long, Cameron Longberry, Catherine Loring, Jenna Lotus, Margaret Loff, Emily Lowe, Jacob Lowinger, Lucin Yan, Jenna Lucas, Gwen Lucky, Emma Lux, the Varsity Glee Club, Brooks Boyer, Reed Davison, the Commencement Band, Marissa Oakley.
All right, that makes it official. You are now graduates of Purdue University. Congratulations. Now is when you observe tradition by moving your tassel from the right side of the mortarboard to the left. This signifies your new status. Congratulations to all our new alums. We gather to honor these graduates for their hard work and accomplishments, but they would be the first to remind us that they did not make this journey alone. So, will the parents, the grandparents, spouses, brothers, sisters, other family members and friends who are with us, please stand so these graduates can thank you for your long and loving support. I direct your attention in the program to the names of graduates who've been commissioned this weekend by the President of the United States as second lieutenants in the United States Air Force, Army, Marines, and Space Force, and ensigns in the Navy. You also may have noticed some of our graduates wearing red, white, and blue cords. This signifies that they are veterans of the U.S. Armed Forces. Will those servicemen and women stand so we can recognize them and express our thanks? Let's take a moment to acknowledge the artistry of our musicians, the Commencement Band with conductor Matt Conaway, the Purdue Varsity Glee Club with director William Griffel, and our organist Jeffrey Stearns. I'm pleased to introduce Parikshit Pawar, who was selected as today's student responder in recognition of his leadership in many student and campus organizations. Parikshit is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Health Sciences, and after graduation will join InScribe as a clinical scribe and scribe trainer. Please welcome Parikshit Pawar. I hope I got the correct instructions on your pronunciation. Thank you for your speech. It's very close.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, President Daniels, for the kind introduction. I would like to thank the Board of Trustees and all the friends and family here today from across the world to celebrate this momentous occasion. It is an honor and a privilege to be speaking on behalf of all graduating HHS students as we stand tall and proud of the individuals we have become. As I reflect on my last 4 years, I realized the beginning was always the hardest part of my journey. As a freshman, I think we can all agree the first few days at Purdue were exciting, but primarily terrifying. Excited to embark on an independent life without parents, but for people like me, terrified, wondering how I'd fit into a college where I'd never stepped foot on campus. Fortunately, the Purdue community has made these transitions a lot less daunting. The College of Traditions has provided us with a family, a home away from home. The cold showers from our fountain runs, insomnia from our finals week study sessions, and the interesting nights at Brothers and Harry's are all some of my fondest memories. It is through the support of our friends, significant others, faculty, and family that we are able to overcome our stresses. I learned from Purdue that there's always a place where you belong, both in and out of class, a true free zone. Just as I was fitting into my niche, everything was snatched away from me. The pandemic was a huge turmoil for the entire world, where everything came to a standstill. Once again, the beginning of the pandemic was the hardest, as I patiently sat in my room with no clue as to when this nightmare would end. I lost contact with several of my friends and lost my grandmother during this time. I retracted into a stage of hopelessness. Within 4 everlasting months, I could see the light at the end of the tunnel, the Protect Purdue initiative. With much of the world still under lockdown, our university was confident enough to gradually reopen campus. It was through this initiative that we could continue our college experience. It was at this point that Purdue taught me a lesson about patience. Patience is key to all impediments, especially in demanding times. It was through the Protect Purdue initiative that I got some of my college days back. And for that, I want to thank everyone involved in giving us a better time here on campus. Now is another time when the beginning is a daunting process, the beginning of adulting. For many of you, it is straight off to work. For others like me, we face new challenges as we enter professional school. As I am currently in the most comfortable position of my life so far, I do not want this time to end. But life does not work that way. I've learned that things do not always go as planned. We need to use our times of weakness and our pitfalls as stepping stones for future adventures. And so, to all the graduates, I'll leave you with this message. Keep your head high. A new chapter in life has just opened. Who knows where the story will go? If you're stressed about the future, that's okay. Just know it is only the prelude that is the hardest part. Each and every one of you has the potential to do great things because of your experience at Purdue. You have all worked hard to make it to the finish line, and I applaud every one of you for the amazing dedication and effort. In the Boilermaker spirit, I say, take everything one giant leap at a time. Congratulations to all graduates, and I welcome you all as Purdue alumni. You guys are all old now. Boiler up and hammer down.
Once more we rally, alma mater, hear our praise. Where the Wabash spreads its valley filled with joy, our voices raise. From the skies in swelling echoes come the cheers that tell the tale of your victories and your heroes. Hail Purdue, we sing all hail. Hail, hail to old Purdue, all hail to our old golden flag. Hail, hail to old Purdue, our friendship may she never lack. Ever grateful, ever true, thus we raise our song anew. Of the days we spent with you, all hail our own Purdue.
So we conclude our commencement convocation. On behalf of the trustees, the faculty, and all the Purdue family, I bid you farewell and Godspeed. Rabbi Glick will offer the benediction. Please remain seated afterwards while the faculty and graduates recess.
Thank you. As this ceremony concludes, let us remember that a graduation is not an end. It is the first step of a new beginning, a world of opportunity and of promise, of joy and of love. May the graduating class of 2022 be blessed with meaningful and rich lives, with good health and prosperity. May we all be a source of blessing and honor to ourselves, our families, to Purdue, and yes, to the world at large. I wish you all congratulations. May God bless each of us, that the knowledge that we attained in this great institution be utilized in its best form to help others. And collectively, may all our honorable deeds bring upon an era of peace and harmony for all mankind. Go forth from this major event with pride and with joy. Go forth with excitement and enthusiasm. Go forth with your heads held high. Go forth and go Boilermakers.
You shall go out with joy.